how to master the 3D camera is something that a lot of people, the majority of people at least, are afraid of, and I swear to the higher up guys, you make it just look difficult. It is not as difficult as you think it is. It's easy peasy. If I can manage it, you can manage it too, guys. Cause I'm literally a goldfish with a small brain. So I would say let's start directly with the video. I tried to break everything down in simple terms for you. So in reality, my channel is just there for me like an archive when I forgot something, I can watch my own tutorials. Okay, let's start. I show you that with a moving clip, so we will roto brush and mask. I explain everything to you, don't worry, you can do that on a picture as well. It's easier for pictures, to be honest, because you don't have to drag or do stuff like that. But honestly, I show you that with a more difficult variant because then you have it easier on both and know how both works. You don't need any plugins, and the procedure on both videos and pictures are the same. First, I will organize my clips to the beat, and important is you gotta plan in, if doing masks like that the duration of all of your clips are long enough, because with especially 3D transitions that are overlapping each other, I already mentioned it, you gotta look that the duration is long enough that you can plan in to overlap and interlace the clips with each other. I will do that now, and after that we will see each other in a second. I know it looks totally messy and messed up, but we will fix everything later. So till now I didn't change anything except the size of my clips, because I will do anything with you that you can follow me step by step like a little baby. I will teach you how to walk. So currently ignore the second, third and fourth clip. We have the first clip first. I pull all of those 3 clips back. We need them later. And I pre-composed that clip. This is unnecessary because till then, this is gonna be my intro here. Oops, let's mute all of that. So I will start the masking from here. I always recommend you, if you use moving clips, it doesn't apply to pictures. Use clips where there's not a lot of moving. I mean, you could use clips with a lot of moving, it will make the transition more dynamic, but that means extra work and you gotta mask out more or track. I'm not really good at tracking, so yeah, it takes a lot of patience that I do not have and still learn. I need to visit a temple and be friends with the nuns because they have a lot of patience that I still need to. So you have 2 options now. You can either copy the clip and roto brush it out. As I was trying it yesterday, I wasn't thinking and I just instead mask it out. I show you the variant now. So what I did was I use the mask tool by pressing G or press here on the pen tool. So we go on the first clip, we don't have any copy or something like that, and I show you that first with an eye mask transition. So you can choose any other thing as well, but I show you the other variants later. Why are you like this now? So, and we will mask out the eye like this. Perfect. Now we have that thing. And what I did was press M to open up the mask, and then we copy the mask with Control Shift and N or Command Shift and N. We get 2 masks then after using that shortcut. And with the first mask we change it to subtract mask opacity. See, now it worked. So the first one is going to be subtract, the second one is add, so it's automatically set. So then what I did was to press here on the mask one, make a right click and track mask. It will automatically track like a normal tracker. I will cut the glitter with Control Shift and Command Shift and D because I'm scared the mask will be here as well. And we don't need it here, so I delete it on the intro part because there's nothing I need. So then we gonna here, press M to open up the mask, right click and track mask. Then you get something like this here. It will automatically open up, and don't change anything. Just let the check be here and just start pressing here and it will automatically track it. Luckily, there's nothing wrong with the mask now. Sometimes it glitches around. Oh, okay, glitches around like that. Seems like, let me pull that back, because there's too much movement. For now, it seems like it worked because Mary Rose is not moving a lot. Sometimes it can change like this, then you just manually go to the position and fix it like this. I think I don't need to elaborate that. It's the normal tracking like that. So for example, we go here, and if there's too much movement and it moves from the eye, I don't know, down like this, you just go to the frame where it's not good, stop that analyzation then, and retrack it like this, and then press here again to continue the tracking with the new keyframes. I don't know, so just redo that. So finishing that, we track the mask now. Unfortunately, I think I tracked the wrong mask because I had to track that one. But maybe, wait, or maybe it was right. Yeah, it was right, so it worked. It looks pretty sharp. It's not supposed to look that sharp, it looks rather creepy, so to fix that, we press M to open up the mask, and we gotta play with the mask feather. I had to play with the first mask feather, so change the feather up, and you see the feathers here for you to change the roughness of your mask. So I think around 21 or 10, it depends on what clip you're using, that's enough, and I'm pretty okay with that. So, okay, now what we do is, often, I mean, you can choose by yourself, but for me it's easier to put the first clip at the top from the layering to the latest clip to the bottom. Means the first clip from the start is at the top and the second clip is at the bottom, because basically I'm zooming in. You will see it in a second, but you can decide by yourself. It's just easier for me as I'm deciding to understand my timeline. So the next thing we do is to press M again, and here open up the mask 2, and we press on the sub button on mask opacity. At first we want it on 100 obviously, and then we go go to the middle and set the mask opacity down like this. So we have it like that, because there is where the zoom in is happening, so I press U to see that later. So now I have the second clip here. I put it under the first clip. You basically don't have to do that, because you can just manually change the position of your clip behind your first clip even when it's on top, but like I said, it's easier from the layering. I changed the color to purple now, so it's easier for you to understand. And now what we will do, listen, we choose all of our clips that is supposed to be the mask transition and activate the cube. We activate a motion blur. I'm sorry, my English is giving up on me. And now you see the clip is behind there. Look cool. But now we do the movement. So for that, we create a camera. Go to layer new and create a camera. I didn't change any of the settings. That's my preset I have. You can try the other ones. But yeah, I press OK. And now we have the camera. So now how do we actually do the movement? We create a null object. I cut it here first with Control Shift D, Command Shift D, because I don't need the camera at the start of the clip. And what I do now is, I can delete the trigger now, is to create a null object. Press layer, new, create null object. I put it above the camera, press Ctrl Shift D or Command Shift D to cut your clip. Connect the camera now with the null object you created, and make sure, or otherwise it doesn't work, to activate the cube on your null object as well. And I activate motion blur obviously, and this is gonna be where our motion is happening. So what we do now is just a typical motion. We press P to open up the position. We have 3 values here, X, Y, and the Z. The Z one is the new one. It's from to zoom in basically. I don't know why it's lagging now. It's to zoom in into your clip. I don't know why my clip is kind of laggy right now, but we will see that in a second. And that's obviously X and Y. So, who is writing me now? So now we do our transition. I started here. I think I will start it here. And then we press on the stopwatch on the position and go in. Maybe here. And then we use the third one. I don't know what's like this. And try to go through. It will look weird now. So like this. Try to go to your eye. And now we see black mostly of the time. Now what will help us is this down there, the active camera. I always set it on top if I want to see something, because now you see something like that. So this basically, with the triangle, is showing what is inside your camera. And all the lines you see are often the clips, and you see my clip is exactly at the point where the camera is. That's why when we go to the normal camera again, active camera, we don't see our clip. So what we need to do is go back to the front, not front, to the top, and set that via the arrows back down like this. You see I put it there where it's inside the field of the camera, and now it's inside, you see? Amazing. And now it looks like that. See? This is how easy it is. In case if you zoom in to your clip and have some kind of black space here, it can happen if you have a picture or something like that, or if you put the clip more behind, I don't know, like this, then you need motion tile. Just add motion tile by searching on effects and presets here, motion tile, and edit. I will not do it now, I do it later. I might need it later. So here we have our motion now. Let me rewatch it. It looks weird because we need to grab it, so we highlight a keyframes and press F9. There are different ways you can grab it, but most of the time I don't recommend you on a harsh graph, make a right click on position, edit speed graph. I mostly do like a slight graph to the left like this, like that, or a middle graph depending on. If you have ongoing motion, then I like using the middle graph. So like this. But I think a left one looks better. Like that, and I stretch it out more. So we have it like that. Exactly. Like this. And of course it will look better if you add like motion on it. I mean effects. So we got our first motion now, and I want an ongoing motion. So this is gonna be the part where it gets a little bit more difficult, because we have a moving, I forgot her name, Mary, a moving Mary. And now what my plan was is to make a side mask. For that we gotta roto brush the right side out. So basically you could mask out the right side of the clip and just track it, or you roto brush it. The left is everything that will be still there, and the right is what will be masked out in my case. So what I do now is maybe to roto brush it, or maybe even masking is easier, to be honest, than just following. So I will try that out with the masking. So like this, you will then understand what I mean. So I mask out the path that is gonna be masked out for the transition, like this. It doesn't need to be perfect, because we can use the feather anyways, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, that's why. So you see, I mask out this right path because this is where our mask will be. This is gonna be our second clip. I press F to move the feather and set the feather a bit higher to make it like that. And now I save that. And I now copy the clip with, or we're gonna just mask. Press Shift, Control, Shift and N, or Command Shift and N like this. And then we have two masks like that. And change the first mask to subtract, and press M again. It's the same variant what we just did on the first clip, by the way, so there's no difference. So we have something like that. Now we have the left side of the clip and the right side. So now I need to track it though. I can try if it works if we track it like this, but probably not. See, here is it different. Up, voila. So I will manually do that. So with that, manually masking is a lot more work, but we get the better with that for a good transition like that. So we're just, when we open or press M, so like this, we get something like mask path. This is where you press on the stopwatch, and then with every frame you adjust the mask the masks, I don't know how to say that, mask points that you set like that. You will see that I showed you an example. So be careful that not everything moving like that, and then you adjust it by every frame, and I'm gonna do that. I was too lazy, so I didn't perfectly mask it out, but you don't have to perfectly do it as well, because we're gonna use a feather. So we do the same procedure as we do in the same clip. By the way, the same goes for pictures as well, but pictures you save the time for tracking. There is nothing you need to track. So what we do is we go to the second clip, second mask. Where's the second mask? I press M to map the mask. Go to the second mask, open up via the arrow, and search and press and stopwatch on mask opacity, and with something like that. And I press on the stopwatch on mask opacity. I look where you're gonna start. I think I want to start it here, and then set the mask opacity here, and go to the middle and set it to 0, like that. That we have something like this. Perfect. Is it perfectly? Let me look. Oh, I had a 6%, no wonder. 0. And now we search for our third clip. This is here. I put it under the second clip and pull it there. Now I gotta look. See, the duration is kind of short, so I don't know if it's from the time even fits. So I look where I can start it here, maybe, or here, because of course the duration of my clip is not long enough. Now you see we don't see anything on my clip. That's because if we go to the camera again to the top, you see it's exactly at the place where it's not in the field of view of the camera. So we gotta play with the arrow and put that in the field. You see now, all those lines are indicating a different clip. Luckily, it is the line has the same color as a layer clip. You see my second clip has the purple color, and here it's the purple line. So it means now, if we gonna try to understand that currently our third clip is in front of our purple clip. Meaning if we go from the top to the active camera, we will see the third clip because it's in front of the second clip. So to change that, because I want it to be behind, you can see that, go from top again, we gotta set it behind the second clip like this. So it's really easy to understand. The camera, you just need to understand different layers, but it's really to understand. It's the foreground, middle ground, and background we have. Here is the foreground, then we have that background, like that's the background, that's the foreground. And then let's go from the top to the camera again, and now you see it's behind, and that's actually what we wanted. And then we adjust our position like this, but you see I have those blank space here, so what I can do to fix that is press S to move to scale and scale it up. Telling you, scaling it up is differently from using that position, because you see if we basically use the position as well, it basically scales up as well, but in a different way. Changing the position will change it to either the foreground and background, but the scale will really just change the the size of our clip that we want. So now I put it more to the right, like this, because we're gonna do a slide to the right anyways, and I put it more in the background, but we will do that in a second. So first we're gonna do the position anyways first. So we added another null object to save time for myself. I have a tool for that. For you, you just go to layer, new, and create a null object. I do that via a button, so it has the same duration as the null object before. For the new null object, we gotta activate the cube as well, obviously, and motion blur, and connect the first null object layer with the second one. And then we press predominant position. We only need the position except you want to add a rotation. And now I think I might start the position here, because I want them to be interlaced, like over each other. Press the stop button position, and then I go there and zoom in here, like this, to the right. Oh, you see I didn't mask it out pretty well. So I gotta change the mask here too. So now I fixed the mask and now it looks like this. Ooh, shishilili, looks good. But now I want to have a bit more in-depth, so I want to have it zoomed in more. So I just go forward like that and like this. And if it's like this, it just means from the Z position I didn't do it enough, because you see there's just a small gap between them, so I want more of in-depth here. So I just go to the third clip, press predominant position, and change the Z position down like this. So we have more in-depth, you see? But if we have a black space like this, we're gonna fix that with motion tile in a second. I think I want even more depth to that. Now where's my clip? Excuse me. So I just look here, then change the position a bit more down like that. Like this, it doesn't look bad. This looks good. So now we add motion tile in the clip. We go to the clip itself and add motion tile under effects and presets. Activate mirror edges, set output width and height higher. So now it looks like this. But of course it doesn't always look good, but I think people don't notice it if I add shakes and stuff like that. So I scaled it in now. It could look weird, but we will add a graph now anyway. So I do a slide graph to the left as well. Now moving on to our last clip, I will show you to roto brush now. For that one, I close that, and we need our fourth clip now. I want my clip to come from the bottom, and this time we zoom out instead of zooming in now. So here we don't need to roto brush on our third clip, we only need the fourth clip. So I put the fourth clip on top of everyone's clip now, so I can see it for now. Wait, camera, top, and where's the clip? It's totally out of cam, so I put it like here now that we at least see it first. I will put it in the more behind later. So we are on oh my god, what's happening on default? So I put that clip down by scaling it. It's somehow out of frame here, and we have it like this. I choose that clip on purpose because you see we have a motion of going from down to up. So it would fit, whoa, wait, what happened to my English? It fits pretty well to that transition. Or mask, scoom, whatever. So what I will do here is again, this time I mask out the right corner again, not the bottom, and just go into the clip, and we could roto brush it like here, or we mask it out again like this. It's totally up to you. I will roto brush it so that you see both ways. So to tell you how it works, why does my clip look like that now? Oh yeah, like that, because of that. We make a double clip on our clip, and we go to the start, make sure, and then we go and choose our roto brush tool by Alt plus V, or just selecting it, and then now select everything that's gonna be masked. So like that. Everything inside the purple line is gonna be seen, so I want only the left side and Mary to be seen. Like this. Something like that. And hold Alt and the brush will turn red, and it will mean you will undo some of that stuff, like an eraser. You gotta imagine like now we have something like this. Amazing. Important is, in some cases I would press freeze so it will basically track it, but like then it will not work what I will show you, like inverting the background and foreground to save time, so we cannot use the freeze. So we gotta look manually of if everything works. So then here, hold Alt, and I will do it fast forward again as I mask. So see you in a second. You just do it in every frame. It's basically like the tracking thingy is just, I think, navigating easier because it does a lot of work for you. Okay, after roto brushing everything out, we can go out of that clip, and you see the right side is already gone. Like that. We need to copy that clip with Ctrl and D now. Press Ctrl and D or Command and D. And now we have two clips. A foreground and background is not the same like with the mask anymore. We have two separate clips. And we go on the bottom clip and... no, on the top clip, and check the invert foreground / background. So now we have both the right clip and the left clip mask, whatever, and I make sure to put them both totally at the bottom and put them both back like this. What? That's not what I wanted to do. And now we create a new object. I create a new one, layer, new null object, and put that under everything. Put that every other clip except all last clips here I have, because that's gonna be a separate one for the movement I'm gonna do for the mask. And then I highlight the fifth and the fourth clip, like the foreground, the right side and the left side of the mask, and parent that with the null object. So I then need to move them separately, but can like move them together like this. So I will first scale down by pressing S, because it's way too big, like that. And look how it works the best. So what I will do is, now we don't need that. We need a new null object in a second. But first we gotta look here. I want to start the movement here, basically. So now it's a little bit short. Maybe here. We gotta start it here. Here, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So now I wanted to do a zoom out. So what I do is we create a new null object file, layer, new null object, and that's gonna be the one on the top. Cut it here with Ctrl Shift and D or Command Shift and D. And then we connect the null object layer from the second movement with the last one. Press B to open up the position. Now we gotta look where we do the motion. Then I start with the motion here. Press on stopwatch in position. And then I go out, like the last frame. Activate the cube, by the way, and motion to blur. And then we zoom out because we wanted to do like a zooming out thingy, you know? And so it means the clip is too small. Put it a little bit back. And that means we need to adjust the scale here. So I go here to the other null object, press S to open up scale, and scale that up. Like this. And now we have something like that. It looks weird, because you will see in the second why how we fix that. First, I highlight the keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, right click, edit speed graph, and set the graph slowly to the left like this. Not a spike, but like a soft one. So now what we do with the mask, because we didn't do that without a reason, without a purpose. We go to the upper one, where the right side corner is gone. Press T to opacity, that's one. And at first I set it on 0. So this time we don't have it on 100, but on 0. I press on the stopwatch, on the opacity, set it back down. Oops, like that. Put it to the back. And at the end here, I set it to 100. When it's like... But you see, it's inside the clip, so it looks kind of weird. And I have to fix the roto brush here. A second. So what I just do is just press P here to map the position. Press the stopwatch on position. And I just set it here. Because I want it a bit out of frame like this. And then set it up here. That's like here. See? It looks really cool.